there are things that spirits desire. And so if you will be great in the realm of spirits, you must know those things and you must pattern your life after those things. I'm telling you the secrets of mighty men in the spirit. When you find a man that is mighty in the spirit, he's not mighty by chance. He knows some things and he orders his life after those things. There are things that every spirit, including God, is obsessed about. And he touched two of them. I will list 5 for you. Number 1, spirits want to be known. So if you will be a friend of a spirit, and if you will walk with a spirit, you must publish that spirit, both his ways and his character, anywhere you find yourself. This is why one of the major activity of believers on earth is to preach Christ and him crucified. Spirits want to be known, because until they are known, they cannot influence a context. That's why he told us that worship is not just an act, it's the ability to embody God and to reveal him. But you can't embody God until you have known him. He said, how can they believe him except they hear? How can they hear except there is a preacher? So every spirit wants to be known. So if your life is not revealing God, you can't be mighty with God. You don't become mighty with God by coming to church. You become mighty with God by making him known. He said the savor of his will is made manifest everywhere we show up. Number 2, spirits want to be believed. If you will be great with a spirit, you must train yourself to come to a point where you trust him more than what you see and hear. That's why it said, whoever cometh to him must believe that he is, and is the rewarder of them that diligently seek him. So when you find mighty men in the kingdom, they are mighty men of faith. If you can't believe a spirit, you can't be mighty with that spirit. Because although you have eyes and ears, God expects you to function more by faith and discernment. This is what distinguishes us and separates us into cadres in the spirit. Number 3, spirits want to be worshipped. He said, God is not only the one being sought, God is also seeking men. And who are the category of men he's seeking? They that worship him in spirit and in truth. John 4:24. Please take your time, find out how best to publish the things of God and give yourself to it. That's why I tell you here, you have handles on every platform. All we see there are eyelashes and suit colors. You are not relevant, sir. Some of you, even your handles, there's nothing of God that is there. You are not publishing. He says, send us around the world. That's the psalmist crying, so that we can make manifest, so that we can publish. Men are crying to be sent to publish the glad tidings of the kingdom. These are the people who know the secrets of the spirit realm. So study to know how to make God known, both by words and character. And then study and build your faith to trust God more than what you see and hear. He said we walk by faith, not by sight. And then understand what worship is. I did a teaching 3 weeks ago on what worship is about. Get it, it will bless you. Number 4, spirits want to be desired. One of the names of God is Jehovah Zephaniah. Is the God that hides himself. So he wants you to seek him. He said, when you seek me, you will find me, if you seek me with the whole of your heart. So God knows the way you desire the job. He knows how you desire the wife. He knows how you desire the land. He knows how you desire things. If your desire for God is not superior to your desire for things, you are an idolater. And as far as God is concerned, those things you seek is what you worship. So if Satan wants to kill you, he fights your desires. That's why when men become mature, they know how to manipulate the forces that govern the soul, because the soulish realm is governed by forces. And I will mention it. Spirits want to be desired. You don't pray because there's a prayer meeting, sir. You don't read the Bible because you have a message to preach. You search so that you can find him. You seek so that access can be granted you. And like he quoted from Songs of Solomon 1 verse 1, he said, kiss me with the kisses of your mouth. He said, thy love is better than wine. He said, because of the savory ointment of thy name is like an ointment poured forth. He says, so though the virgins love you. So somebody perceive God's name like a bucket of perfume being poured. So when you speak about God, his soul comes alive. It's like coming into the dwelling of an aroma. Joy leaps out of him. He said, I was glad when they said to me, let us go to the house of God. Some people are so rusty in the spirit that when you tell them about godly things, they are offended. And some drag themselves there, but there's no intensity, there's no passion, there's no desire. The psalmist said, as the deer panted after the waters, he says, so my soul longeth after thee in a dry and thirsty land where no water. You have not seen a dry and thirsty land before, I assure you. I was flying into Egypt, and the plane went above the Sahara desert. I saw a sea of dry land, sand. If you see sand, volume of sand, you will know that if anybody walk through this place, the skin of his leg will peel off because of the heat, and your leaves will be cracked. That is the place where one drop of water can be worth more than $1 million. If you find yourself stranded in the middle of the Sahara desert, you can sell anything for a drop of water. The guy said, that's how my soul feel about God. I desire. If God whispers, you are overjoyed. And because you want to hear his whisper, you can stay on a mountain for 40 days. So this one is not God, give me a wife, give me a car, give me, no, that I may hear the voice of my beloved. The Bible said Moses stepped into the deep darkness where God was. So even when God hides himself, there are those who can network the corridors. If they need to be there for 40 days, they will stay until there's a ventilation. Elijah, the Bible said he was there. He put his head in between his thighs 7 times. They know how to tarry until the realm open. And you know the realm is not a gate, it's a portal. They are different. You can open a gate, but portals are sensitive. They are like a membrane. They become lighter and lighter and lighter until a point comes when you can pierce through it. So those who don't desire can't enter. And that's why even when you enter the courts of God, there are layers. There's a place called the outer court. That's for those who need things. Salary, school fees, house rent. The outer court, everything you need is there. But if what you are looking for is more than your needs, then there is another place called the inner court. Then there is the Holy of Holies. When you come to the Holy of Holies, there's no request there. In the Holy of Holies, all you are desiring is that by all means let the Shekinah appear. Oh my God, we don't go there asking. In fact, for the high priest to reach there, sometimes he will carry blood so that he can be granted access. Do you know what it means to reach the Holy of Holies? You must pass through the altar of sacrifice. You must pass through the laver. You must pass through the table of shewbread. You must pass through the menorah. Then you come to the table of incense. At that point, it is your essence that comes out. I seek you only. That's what gives you access. Then God will show up and draw you, and draw you, and draw you, and draw you. You enter to a depth where you can't talk. So you know that prayer is not oratory, it's communion. You've not seen people who have entered. A man can lie down on the floor, and when you come close, you just see tears. He may be there for 4 hours. Yeah, there's no word to say. It's overwhelmed. The tears is louder than 1,000 words, but it's the heart communing with Abba. When spirits find such men, they can leave a generation to fellowship with them. The Bible said Noah, because of Noah, a whole generation was judged. That means there are men that have more stature than a generation. The obsession of spirits. They want to be desired. If you fellowship because you come to church or because you have a responsibility, you have not known the ways of the Spirit. This thing can hit you sometimes. You pack your load and tell your family, I'm coming. Because there is a depth where that obsession can get to, that even your children, your husband and your wife can become a distraction. So you can carry your load and go for 7 days. You are going to seek the one that your soul loveth, the place where life is formed. We have lost things. A generation must be reborn. And then finally, spirits want to be obeyed. He said, get thee out of thy country. Get thee out of thy father's house. Get thee out of thy kindred. I want to bless you, but your blessing is after your obedience. I want to see whether you will follow, so that you can handle sacred things. The obsession. You know, this young man was a fellowship president in BSU. And those days when I was touring campuses, they had a conference and they invited me. And I preached a message there, the things that make the immortals to rejoice. Oh my God. You know, now we disciple people, so you just want to teach them how to exercise faith. But these are inner court realities. Inner court. Anybody who is so troubled by house rent, he can't learn this one. So what you do for him is that impart him and speak a prophetic word. Let him go. That's what his soul desires. He can't do the business of the inner court. Anybody who is so concerned about, I want to marry, don't blame them. Their journey stops at the outer court. Stand in faith with them, because it is good. Let them get married. But the few that go deeper, that is when God opens the scrolls of life. The scrolls. Because here we teach from scrolls. The obsession. If you know these things and you pattern your life, blessed are thou.